Okay, so good morning. I didn't think I was gonna make another video. I really thought I was gonna be done. Because I don't know. It's not like I'm making a book or something. It's not like this is one big movie, but it just felt like a decent note to end on or whatever. But I just heard something this morning, and I'm just like, okay, well, I don't know what I don't even know what to do. I gotta just tell. Part of this is like not everybody in the world or in my world is interested in this stuff. And so, I need outlets to be able to just have conversations. Um, so yeah, I saw a thing this morning that made me want to pop in on here. And then I had a couple of thoughts yesterday, but um, I saw something that said, I wonder if I should open with this or start with something else. Um, Let me go back and just talk about um, this alien thing that happened in Las Vegas. And it made me realize like y'all lack discernment on such an amazing level that it just made me feel better, and it made me like because I've seen this pattern in my life where I always thought that I had discernment, and I felt drawn in that direction, and I felt like in Christian circles or in church circles, it's not a popular thing to have. Like they tell you to have it, but then if you go around saying that you got the spirit of discernment, like no one is really into that because um, people think it means like you're this like human lie detector test or something, and you're going to go around going, "You're lying, you're lying, you're telling the truth, you're telling the truth, you're lying," and it just will cause a lot of nobody wants. No church wants a person to have that level of influence over people that's higher than the church itself. The church, which is not like bad, but when you're already just an earth Christian, like you don't need, spirit stuff to go like making things even crazier than it already is, because earth Christianity has already got some crazy wackadoo elements to it by nature, because you're just taking the things from the Bible and just like putting them on the earth. And so there's a lot of stuff to contend with. And then you've got, you know, the idea that the Spirit of God is going to come and like give people their own, give people themselves the the power and influence from God rather than a structure that flows and works over time and is consistent. So, and then also because people lack discernment, they can't tell if you really do have discernment or not. So it just becomes a drama. But I didn't know that when I was young. I just thought like people are older than you, and if there was such a thing, then they would have heard of it by now. And um, so there was a lot of people getting up on the pulpit and just being like, listen, guys, there's no spirit of discernment, that no one, you can't just have a spirit of discernment. That, the idea was just to debunk anybody going around and saying that they have this to other people and causing like people to go, oh, whoa, oh, oh. And so they'd have to like rein it in and be like, listen, guys, that's not a thing. Like, just whatever you have. And so before, it was a thing. Like whoever made this like quiz of like which spiritual gift do you have, and it would be on there. But then later they would say, well, no, we all have this. This is not something you can just have exclusively. Hold on. Okay, my kids are doing a wellness check on me. So, anyways, um, so yeah. So then they later say, well, no one has this, because I think they realize after a while, like even in a theoretical sense, like you can't give somebody that type of power. But here's the thing: it's not a lie detector test. It's kind of strange actually, because it doesn't detect lies. It's this the spirit of discernment is not about distinguishing between things all the time. That's exhausting, first of all, especially as a human being. No one wants to spend the time. You know, I hate finding out that things are lie. Like it's bad. It sucks. It's debilitating. It's about finding the truth in things and being able to see the truth in things, which people need desperately, because people's, and this is how I know y'all like discernment, is because people, by default, are just going to say everything is a lie because they don't want to look dumb later. Um, so it's like most people are just incapable of seeing anything beyond, unless it has existed before and we have a pattern, and, the narcissist exists, the psychopath exists, which had to be found and researched and all that stuff. But so they can easily say, okay, this isn't this, it's that. This isn't this, is a psychological. This is a liar. This is a pathological liar. This is a whatever. But when you have somebody telling you a new account, like this alien thing, and somebody's like, yeah, so there was an alien in my backyard. That's new. Like, not the whole thing of like, not people saying they've seen aliens as being new. It's that if there was legitimately an alien in his backyard, that would be new. Like, that would, if people are seeing aliens and now they're just here, aliens being here is new. So someone telling you about something that's new, you can't discern that, because everything, you're just trying not to look crazy and stupid. So you're finding reasons to not see if it's true or not. You're not discerning if it's true beyond what you think you know, what you're supposed to do, what you're supposed to whatever. So people can't, if God came down in the flesh, if angels have revealed this, all these things that you keep saying, oh, well, I just need the proof. I need a sign. I needed this and that. And if it came to you, now it's new. And if that person saw it, they would have to get past, like, people can't even get past their own mind when it's them personally, first person, and they see something. Okay, they are in their own body. They know that they are not lying. Well, maybe my senses are lying to me. Maybe I've been up too long. Maybe it's a hallucination. They cannot just get information that is real and discern if that information is real. It's not about seeing if, trying to get the con man, see which one is the con man. The con man is going to cover all his tracks. You can't always discern that. You can't always discern that. It's not a mutant gift that, you just can hear people's heartbeat and you can tell if they're telling the truth. It's like, that's not what spirit of discernment is. Okay. So, and, if the Holy Spirit is giving you the spirit of discernment, it's to discern him. It's to discern the things of God. He don't care about all that other stuff. He's not trying to get you to be able to discern between every last thing in the world. It's like, you need to know if it's him, and which is, when you think about it, very considerate, because he knows that there's a lot of stuff that is weird out here. And he knows sometimes he can be weird. And if he brings somebody and he gives somebody in the body the spirit to go, oh no, this is him, it's fine. That's great. But guess what? We've totally just hacked that gift to death. And so now we just, whatever. Now we got to do our best. And we can't believe our own brothers and sisters when they're just trying to talk to us. Because we're all, we're just all trying to do the gifts. We're DIYing it instead of letting the people with the spiritual gift rise up and be part of the body. So where it's like, no, we can't do that. We're all going to be our own discerners, and we're all terrible. Nobody's working on the gift. Everyone's terrible at it, and it's just like, no, that's not real. That's not real. That's not real. That's not real. That's real. Blah, blah, blah. So unless they give us money, then it's like, oh, I believe this. I hear the Lord. It's like that's that. Yeah, of course that's happening. There's a lot of damage happening because this gift is being misunderstood. But anyways, as a person with discernment, having to sit and sit through some of this stuff is really painful, and that's really just what I wanted to get across to y'all. So after that, I was gonna say, something that I feel like God was, I don't know, it was a thought that I had, but yes, the Bible is written, and this goes back to the discernment conversation because a lot of people are using, you hear people say, where is that in the word? You hear legitimate people tell you that. It's like, you got to look at the word. You hear wackadoo people going, where is that in the word? It's like, where did Jesus die? It's in there. Well, where is that? Can you tell me? When did he say that he was the Son of God? It's like, ooh, okay. So where is that in the word? 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 Here's why that's unhelpful. The Bible has been written, yes, but it is still being fulfilled. So you can't go looking in the word for stuff that hasn't been fulfilled yet, guys. And every single person is in there. There's not a person that exists that's not in the Bible. So this idea that people can go outside the Bible with stuff, where's that in the word? That's not part of the thing. That's not a thing that's real. That's not how you distinguish. You're not that's not what discernment is. That's not what discernment is. When Jesus came, he had to do things from the Old Testament that hadn't been done yet to fulfill the word. So Jesus himself came. He was Jesus already. He didn't have to fulfill the Bible to be Jesus. He was Jesus. He was the Son of God. He was the Son of God. They could have said, and they did. They did the same thing. It's like, oh, well, you lived in Egypt. Where's that in the word? Oh, you did that. Well, where's that in the word? Oh, you're just walking around talking to people. Oh, people are trying to beat you up. Where's that in the word? It's not there yet. It's not there yet. Him getting people so angry that they wanted to kill him on sight, that was not in the word. It was not. So that's not anything. Stop using that. Stop wielding that on people. It's embarrassing. To me anyways, and maybe to Jesus. But I think he's already planned for people to be this way. So what is he doing? Why is he having you go through this exercise if he knows that you're going to? It's because it's not just about everything being in the word. It's about you recognizing him in the world, which is what the Bible is written about. And you liking what he's doing and liking what he's about. This whole my sheep know my voice thing. It's not, yeah, I read that. That's where it says. It says, my sheep know my voice. Yep. That you're right. That's in the word. It's like, okay. Did you hear him? And were you just drawn to him? Like, I don't know if you've ever seen sheep, but I remember seeing this TikTok of this lady, she was in France, in vacation in France or something. And she went on a run, and she was running, and then these sheep just started following her because, I don't know, they got whatever, they got lost or whatever, separated from the herd. And so she suddenly had this gaggle of sheep behind her as she was running. And I'm like, they don't know that she's not a shepherd. They're just following the big, tall person that, whatever. So, so when Jesus is saying that, that's really kind of a profound thing. That's really a profound thing. Um, and this, you have to be, you have to be around the shepherd enough to know his voice, distinguish his voice between other voices. So you not only have to be around him, you have to have been around other humans to be like, well, that ain't him. Or at the very least, just be around him, really, and enough, and hear it enough to where you hear something else and you're like, that ain't, I don't think that's it. So, um, what I see a lot of people doing is, and there's no, I mean, if you know his voice, you know the signs. But if you don't know, there's no cheat sheet. There's no hints. There's no, I imagine if you decide that you want to, that you're concerned enough that you want to actually be like, am I following the right? Is that right or is that wrong? I need to know, like, that he would guide you through that. But people don't do that. They just go, nah, because where's that in the word? Like, it's like, that's not, that's not what he's talking about. Um, Let me go back to this alien thing really fast because I just had to air my grievance about. Like, I watched this channel that's like it's like this body language. There's a couple body language experts on YouTube, and there's one that I watch a lot, and I was just really disconcerted by her because um, I was like, oh well, that's sad because she basically decided that the person that like, I don't know if you just, I don't watch the news, but I caught wind of this, so I know you probably should have caught wind of this. But it's like someone in Vegas, there was a sightings of things in the sky, explosion sounds, and then a person actually saw some creatures in his backyard that were like 10 feet tall and all this stuff. So, and he called 911, and the 911 call is, there. And so I guess subsequently after that, this person decided to, give an eyewitness account. Well, his eyewitness account, he wrote it down. And my feeling is that he probably wrote it down because of the pressure that we all have, because we all like discernment. And so he's like, well, I want to seem credible. So he wasn't going to get on and just ramble and start sounding ridiculous. So he punched it up. And of course, what did people do? Well, why would you need to type it up? Why wouldn't you have? Why would you have to read it? Like, why couldn't you remember it? It's like, oh my gosh, y'all are so not smart about this type of stuff. And so